night. Skirt, yeah. Trip to heavy coins, take flight straight up. I'm sipping on green, portfolios the sauce, riding waves so high. I'm the crypto boss, mansion floating on clouds. Beaches in my view, Paris nights with the drip. Dubai skyline too, Rolex gleaming eyes. Models on my line, escorts in the whip, living so divine. Cocky with the flex, asshole on the rise, calling every move, genius in disguise. Yeah, Marcus my stage, always hit the ride. Falls a shadow creeping out of my side. Skirt, skirt, greedy high, chasing that lit boom. Lambo skirt, mansion touching the moon. Paris drip, Dubai haze, diamonds flash. Sex with queens, cashing in my stash. Greedy high, straight up asshole on blast. Genius vibe, know the market's past, but the fall's a ghost, yeah, lurking in the black. Greedy high, setting traps I can't track. Ooh. Charts, sauce on overload, escorts in the jet, diamonds on the road, beaches with the crew, tripping on the green, cocky with the calls, king of the scene, genius delusion, always calling the play, but the crash was for low, stealing my day, Rolex ticks the height, models in my trance, falls a silent blade, cutting my dance, straight up portfolios are thrown up to fly, greed's my fuel, watch the market die, yeah. Greedy high, chasing that lit boom. Lambo skirt, mansion touching the moon. Paris drip, Dubai haze, diamonds flash. Sex with queens, cashing in my stash. Greedy high, straight up asshole on blast. Genius vibe, know the market's past, but the fall's a ghost, yeah, lurking in the black. Greedy high, setting traps I can't track. Oh, the drop hits hard, shadows in my ride. Tripping on a greed, nowhere to hide. Lambos crash, mansions turn to dust. Models ghost, escorts lose their lust. Genius, nah, fool in the trap. Fall devours all, no cashing back. Why, every damn time. Grease a reaper, stealing my shine. Greedy high, chasing that lit boom. Lambo skirt, mansion touching the moon. Paris drip, Dubai haze, diamonds flash. Sex with queens, cashing in my stash. Greedy high, straight up asshole on blast. Genius vibe, know the market's past, but the fall's a ghost, y'all lurking in the black. Greedy high, setting traps I can't track. Yeah. Fade the beat, crown slips away. Yeah. Greed's my ghost, end of the play. From the high to the crash, a fool's wild tale. Crypto greedy king, destined to fail. Yeah. 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 Time to flex. I'm at the charts, playing my golden play. Market maker snipe, stop me out today. Sweating bullets, but I'm back with a grin. More files won't hunt me, I'm cashing that win. From the couch to the throne, I'm dodging their tricks. Turn a loss to a laugh, now I'm stacking them bricks. Stop hunt survivor, I'm breaking this scheme. Fuck you moves, living the dream. Plans on lock, I'm rising above. Stop hunt survivor, showing my love. Set the entry tight, they pull the rug quick. Lost my shirt, but my swag is still thick. Drove past a bank, flipped him the bird. More falls can't touch me, I've learned every word. Late night grind, now I'm flexing the glow. Turn the trap to a trap, watch my money flow. Stop hunt survivor, I'm breaking this scheme. Fuck you Since stabs hit, I'm dancing on their grave. Drum roll loud, I'm the king they can't save.
Did he say since stabs hit?
My plans too tight. Swagger so fresh, I'm owning the night.
It is my privilege, ladies and gentlemen. Bobby Joe Rebel Maker, also known as Sean, to be the one who rings the cowbell tonight. I am so excited about it. I'm going to grab it and just... Yeah, that was fun. I gotta go hit a button now. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for the turkey. The turkey cometh.
For those of you out there that have hit that like button, I should say thank you very much.
Hey, welcome everybody to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg. Checking out our best buddy over here, Bitcoin, at 109,387 last night during the stroll, right before we were leaving. We were, I think it was up here near the beginning. No, not the beginning. I guess we'd already came down a little bit. But I remember at the last night of it, or last part of it, we were down here in these areas. Oh, it was over here. It was over here. I'm sorry. It was over here. I think we were here last night somewhere. And coming down here. And we got up here and I thought, oh man, okay, well that's looking promising. Higher high there. I think we might be all right. Oh, those little dirty bastards came down here. Just a wee bit lower. Just beautifully wiped out anybody who had a stop loss over here, like a Morning Guru who had took a long over here for whatever reason, flying to the upside, and while calling short. Sometimes you have bad days, folks. Sometimes you have bad days, and I think that fella has been having a couple of bad days there, calling one way, playing the other, and getting stopped out no matter which way he's going there. But that took that trade out in a 10% of his portfolio stop loss. That's not really good in risk management, but hey, we want to try to go, if we're going to be using them leverage trades and them crazy leverages and things like that, we want to make sure that we don't do stupid stuff like using 10% of our account as a stop loss. And but the market's been hard, so I can't sit here and, a lot of people are having these problems. I even think you got me on a stop loss here, but I did happen to get back in, and wouldn't you know it, that little sucker came all the way back down. I'm glad I had you stopped out in profit, and we'll just play the sucker again. Went heavy again when we came back down here. I'm just like, all right, round two, let's go. Because this one made a higher low over here. We made a low. We drew that little line there saying, man, we don't want to break that because that would be bearish. And what I definitely was trying to drive home is this is not the place to short. Now, breaking that line would entice a lot of people. A lot of people got trapped there trying to short all through here, trying to short, front run a short. A lot of people got trapped. That's why they do this stuff, right? That's one reason why they do this stuff. And so my warning last night was, if you're going to short, you got to wait for something and then it come back up and this becomes resistance. It's got to become resistance. It never became resistance. It's got to bounce down, and then you might have a say, if it does this at all, sometimes it just goes and doesn't ever come back, right? But the safest bet is to wait until it proves itself to be resistance, and then you can short from what was support, and hope that it doesn't stop you out. Shorting bottoms are risky. I was very appalled when I saw this guru even suggest this thing. Weird that he went long after suggesting his people go short, and no matter what you did, those plays would have been played because they're playing this market on this Labor Day weekend. Look at this. We've been making higher highs, lower lows, higher highs. This time we didn't make that lower low, we made a higher low. So that's going in our favor. Now we got something we can work with, ladies and gentlemen. And now from bouncing at these areas at 107,400, we're back up to 109 right there for Bitcoin. And when Bitcoin is happy, the rest of the market starts getting happy too. So I think that's interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. I see you guys here. I will be over to the chat here shortly. First of all, I just got to get some things out of my head. I think first I need to change this music up because we listened to the blues last night. We listened to the blues and the countries last night. I guess we're going back to, do you want to do that? I don't know. I'm gonna go. Let's try a little Mateus vibe here. Let's see how this goes. If it puts me in a weird mood, then we'll have to change it. All right, so a little music in the background there. It's not, hopefully not too overpowering. All right, so now with Bitcoin where we are right now, what's the deal? Are we in trouble? Are we going to come up here to 110? We need to made a lower low. We need to take out that high, that 110 right there. But so we're at an area of resistance. 786 fib makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. And last time we were in this area, it wasn't a 786 fib at that moment, but it also had some rejection there. Crazy how that works, ain't it? At that time, it was just under it, 786. These crazy fibs, they are so crazy. So, you know, it looks like we might be getting a little pullback. I'm on a 3-minute time frame, though. This is a 3-minute time frame. We're above we came back into this pattern. Well, the channel, and I'm still looking at that. I still believe that's what one of the best representations I can have here for some price history. We got some deviations there, but we came back into it again in that zone. I guess now we can technically do something stupid like this. You still got a bear trap there, no matter how you look at it. But we're starting to broaden over here on the tops, and maybe we can get just a little bit more than that 1050. Maybe we can come on over here to about this 110.5 area. These are the areas we're hoping that we would get to last night, but Bitcoin had some other plans. Had to go shake out some other people, ruffle some feathers, trip some stop losses, you know, just do that kind of things that market makers do because they're evil, twisted little F's. Not really. It's all software, and it's just part of the game, people. It's how supply meets demand and makes a little money in the process. Because if the market makers go out of the business, then this whole market kind of locks up. So they're a necessary evil. We just like to hate on them because they win so gosh darn much, and they're so good at their game. That's what I posted over in our Telegram group. I was like, shortly after, I think it was right before I got back in, after getting stopped out on a little bit of my spot margin position there. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to go for it. I thought I had a picture over here, but I guess I don't. But yeah, before the crazy stuff it did, yeah, it was this stuff. And I just said, sometimes you piss me off, Bitcoin. I ain't going to lie. And that was after last night's stream, I believe, when it came up, and then it came all the way back down. Wild ride, ladies and gentlemen. But how's these altcoins looking over here? Not too bad on the hourly. This daily looks like it could have a little boost there. We're still down some that we've given up, and for the week so far, where we at? This being a nice beginning of a week, we can track this and see how green that we can hopefully get over this week, right? But it's been rough out there. If it's been rough for you, well, that's kind of normal. This weekend price action here, the holiday weekend. And happy Labor Day, everybody is out here that celebrates that. A lot of schools closed today. There's ample ability for the manipulation of people who have money and can move the markets to play when the big dogs are asleep that day. And I believe, well, that is what we see has been done right there. And look at that nice little breakout idea. Come back and retest. So any comebacks down here? About 108.8 maybe. Hopefully that area will hold us if we need to come back down for a pit stop before trying to go further. I like that. We are starting to look like we're over here. We said this doesn't look like it's, you know, a confirmed bottom. We got to form some kind of pattern, and we're starting to do that. We're starting to get some double bottom patterns, some triple tops or triple bottom formations going down here. Got 3 touches on the bottom. we got some stuff going on, and remember, this is a small ass time frame. It looks a little bit better when you zoom out. Still got some work to do, and there's still a lot that could happen to the downside. But still, we don't remember also what we're looking for. Super resistance up here when we start getting, especially in 113, 114. Hopefully we can get back up to these areas. But right now, our next target, if we can do it, is 111. If we can knock that little guy out, we'll just chip away at this as much as we can and try to come up past 118. That's the place that I've really got a lot of serious questions about it. What's going to happen right there at 118? So Bitcoin, can we get up there? Because if we can, my plan is to de-risk all the way up through there. And if we start picking up bullish and trying to take out all new all-time highs, hey man, I'll flip a little bit more bullish then. But right now, daddy gotta get paid, and these altcoins gotta get paid, and we gotta get Bitcoin out of its weekly dumpiness over here. And that could take a minute, right? That could take us through most of September there. So I'm just being cautious and trying to play what the charts are telling me to do over here. Be careful. De-risk if you got to a little bit. Things are going to get cheaper here over these next few weeks. Altcoins may be holding up a little bit, but still, you need to be taking profits in those too, right? So you can buy them cheaper when it comes down. If Bitcoin does make it down to $100,000, $105,000, then it probably still can. We just don't see it because it's like a week or two away or something like that, you know. It's a possibility. We need to... That's what the MACD is saying. Hey, baby, we're going to go down for a little bit. Then we can come back on up. People getting really, really extremely bearish. You see the people out there, and I mean, we're calling for plans to 45,000, and I've seen some, you know, when we get a little bearish, we get a lot bearish here on YouTube, and I'd say Twitter or X-Twitter is a lot worse and everything. So it makes it get a lot of emotions going, but yeah, still, when you look at it, Bitcoin is still over $100,000. That was a hope and a dream back when it was falling from 30 down to 20, down to 15. Seemed impossible. Seemed like, are you sure this is gonna work? Because it don't feel like it. Yeah, but here we are. Gosh darn near almost a 10x coming out of Bitcoin from its down lows there. But it has been kind of hard. I want to take a look at a few things here. I want to take a look at a few precious metals here, if you don't mind too much. But are you going XC? Are you a token, or are you a tokenized commodity? I'll look at you. No, you ain't it. What I'm looking for is platinum. I got the platinum spot over here. There's lots of different charts that has this. And I guess one of the other reasons that I want to mention is because another trader that I think has a similar way of they use trend line. They use trend line strategy the same way that I do. She's my home girl, and she doesn't trade crypto, but she's from the old Nash Vegas area there, and her name is Tori Trades, and she got on and she was talking about a trade that she got in on platinum. And I'll give a shout out to her. She doesn't need it from me. She's got a big enough channel following her anyway, but I don't know if you guys know her. She's kind of interesting to watch sometimes. Tori Trades, and this is Joe, by the way, right there, Joe Trade Intuition. This is Tori Trades. You see, I saw this. She says, I never thought I'd make this video. And, well, to her credit, it came out okay, but she did talk about how she broke her rules, and she felt bad about it and everything like that. And she's following the simple trend line strategy, right, just like this, right? And this is what caught her up, this right here. So she uses trend line strategy just like I do, man, because this is your line in the sand. That's why I like her, and that's why I'll recommend you to go over, because she's good at it, and this is what she's not. This is how she learned how to trade the market. And so this kind of idea here got her. She was going short because everything was telling her it could set up for a short. So she went short here, but here's what it was. And I talked about how, you know, the YouTube space and the Twitter space, how it influences you, right? What got her to do this? She was watching some traders that she respects, but then she found out that, well, they've been trading as long as she has, but they've been making these six-figure trades. That got into her head, and she talks about that, and that was cool, because that's the transparency that we need over here. She said since she made her vow to go transparent, so she got into a short over here, and the drawdown, she went $250,000 in drawdown. I mean, imagine that. And she talked about that because the short went against her, right? It came up and then it came back, and she thought, oh yeah, I think I'm okay, you know, and then it should continue down. from what you see, and you could from the trend line strategy, right? Because it broke it and it came up, and we normally do see that making some kind of top, but it did. It had a little bit more to go before she wanted to roll over right there. Oh, Tori, man, maybe you should. I wish you used fibs. Fibs would help you out on that. But anyway, she broke her rules, and then she got caught in this extreme drawdown. So the stop loss thing, she didn't set her stop loss and got caught up. But luckily, I mean, the cool thing is that after all that was over and she went through all that emotional pain, she did get a lucky break and it came down and she closed her trade. $90,000 in profit. Didn't quite make her six figures there, but gosh darn it. So I mean, she came out a winner on it, but she didn't. I think she talked about learning her lesson from those risky moves with what she had to go through there. I mean, imagine you see everything down, not just that, but everything. You know, she's built a channel with the reputation for her trading style and everything, and then you just have that at risk, you know, and she felt embarrassment having to talk about it, but at least it was one that came out with a positive outcome. I mean, what if she capitulated there and so I just had to close it? So, wow. But the moral to the story is that influence is out there, and it can come from anywhere and for any reason. And that little thing, trying to be like other people and seeing all those big numbers posted and all those, you know, bragging about the lifestyles, and all, it'll entice you to do stupid stuff like that. That's how it gets to us. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, so platinum's getting a nice little turnaround. Also, I just want to take a look at silver. We looked at that too. Silver over here is making a... oh man, this isn't where we charted, is it? Yeah. You're not the one. We had a $40 target. Now I got 42. What the hell? Well, it looks like we're headed to 42. That should be a 618 Fibonacci. And silver doing good, baby. This is on the daily for silver. This is on the weekly. And no, it's not. Oh my gosh, I got lazy, didn't cover my lines. You're already above the 618. This is why I need to verify things when I come on here. 786. Okay, so 42. That 42 area, it might, if it gets bullish enough, it might go to 45. But I'd say we start seeing some resistance for silver at 42. A little bit of a pullback, but that's very strong. Pullback, I would say, looks like it's going to come back around the $35 area there for silver. That's interesting, though. But what is this saying? If silver's going up, and if gold is going up, look at gold at 34.92 on the weekly here. We're testing our all-time highs again for gold. The war was one reason for that over here. Yeah, we're trying to go into price discovery for gold now. What does that mean? By the way, if you're trading PAX G, I'm just saying, keeps his eyes out. Gold's trying to do something. But usually when things are going into gold, the market's kind of scared. But I see a nice parabolic shape, a rounding shape there. It doesn't fit very nicely on here, but she is no doubt trying to go up there. And oh my gosh, how far can gold go? Crazy run for gold. My gosh. Amazing, amazing. Where did my targets go? We don't have targets on gold? Well, I guess we gotta do our little trick over here. Let's see if we can, 3678. And looks like 4,000 could be coming on the horizon for gold. That's gosh darn amazing right there. May have to revisit that. So the markets are getting a little nervous. Wonder. Well, they know that we don't know. Is that going to affect Bitcoin? Is that maybe why Bitcoin is also starting to find some support and come up too? Is that going to affect these altcoins? Because Bitcoin dominance, as I've noticed over here, is getting a breakout. It's gaining some strength here. It's trying to move back up. It might be making a bottom pattern here. Once it gets past 58.87 at 58.9% area, coming up toward 59. If it moves back towards 60, I mean, this altcoin season may be delayed. If you believe in the power of the falling wedge pattern, it looks like we may have one right here. What if it takes us back up to 62%? What will that do for altcoins? There's a lot of resistance right up here. We may just come up and roll over, but still, that will not be fun for altcoins here. So if you don't have the chance to take profits on your altcoins, you may regret it coming up over what might be headed our way this week. Looking at total 3, we lost our trend line that I was so proud of that we were kind of keeping, and we lost that. See, when Bitcoin goes bearish, it takes a minute, but then altcoins start falling. Whether people were calling for altcoin season or whatnot. And so when the weekly MACD started flipping bearish for Bitcoin, and even though it wasn't starting to reflect on the altcoins, now it is. You're getting your first signs. Hey man, you need to be maybe getting paid a little bit just in case things start going south. The 3 days already crossed bearish on your weekly your 3-day MACD is already crossed, meaning that it's more likely now that we will be looking for a cross here on the weekly. We might be able to get out of it somehow, but we lost a trend line and flirting with losing our 9 weekly moving average over here. And that's my warning for altcoins for this glorious altcoin season where we're in. Altcoin season. Here, guys, here are the 5 altcoins that I'm going all in on for this altcoin season. Join me today and trade with me. And like, hell no. I don't know why they keep doing that. I'm sure we're going to hear some more tomorrow when the regular market opens. I don't know. Maybe they'll tune out and see the signs here. But things aren't looking so good for altcoins right now. I'm just saying, it ain't horrible, but they did their goodness and they couldn't get much higher than that resistance area over here, 1.1 trillion, and now it looks like they need to come back and test a few areas here. So yay, we got that to look forward to. But I'm just trying to tell you, in case nobody else is, it's still strong overall 4 hour, but within reason. And a lot of people are going to pull a fib from here to here, but I would suggest that you just stay with the very bottom and go with the very top, and then you'll get the strongest line, and then it makes a little bit more sense of why we're getting some support here at the beautiful red line. Now there's a chance this line can hold and we get a beautiful bounce, but there's an equal chance in my mind that we could just come on down here. Come on down here and test Miss Lucy out, and that might confirm some kind of double top, kind of like what we see on Bitcoin right now, right? We might get an even deeper retracement. If we try to look at the bottoms that we had before and draw a trend line, they do suggest that we could come down somewhere. Maybe it goes sideways and we come down to the 0.5. I'll entertain that idea. What would that mean, coming down $887 billion on your altcoins? It wouldn't be that fun. Look at the moving average, but they're spreading apart and everything. And yeah, they do spread apart like that before they start testing them. on a retest. It looks nice and beautiful when these moving averages spread apart. We love that. But when they're fanned out, that's usually when we start seeing them peak out. And, got to apply our strategies and start paying attention to the smaller ones and crosses if we're using that strategy. And here we go. The crosses have happened, and we lost the 4 hour 200 moving average. And as we lose this $1 trillion area, which it may be working on here, or maybe not yet, then we need to make sure we're getting paid. All these other moving averages on the 1 hour, I switched down so we can get the nitty gritty over here. She's trying to catch some traction here right now with the higher lows, so she's still below 200 and 800 moving average. Let's see that I'm not expecting a whole lot but a bearish retest, kind of like what I'm expecting for Bitcoin right now. We go up and then maybe we come down just a little bit, and still trying to get my trend lines as best as I can. Resistance, and that might be what we're looking at here. I would look for this idea that we might be coming over and rolling over again with some kind of lower high. For a total of 3, so what does that mean? It means it's time to get over to the chat and say hello to everybody. How's it going, everybody? 20 people hanging out with me tonight. It's 30 minutes in, and I think I'm over my spiel. We might take another look at Bitcoin here and there, but most of the time I'm ready to start looking at some of these altcoins. Duality C, first in the house. Glad to have you here. Thank you, my man. Congratulations, and my buttons aren't working. There they are. Duality C. We've also got Gator Squatch in the house. I think he's got a gem pick. I think it's a stock, right? We'll take a look at that. And we've got MG Motorsport. Turkey time. Board PC guy says call JG Whitworth. 887 BTC now. We got Matt. Says Bitcoin and Ethereum still coming down, or is it time to long? I think we can get a long in right now, but I don't know that we're going to go up to all-time highs. I'm looking for, well, what I said earlier, somewhere around 111, 110, 111, somewhere through there. See what happens. We're getting close to the areas of resistance. I'd like to see us get to 118. If they could get us up there chasing that this week, I would be happy. And I've got sell orders all the way up in there on my Bitcoin play, just to take profits and try to catch some. When she starts coming back the other direction, try to add more to my bag. We got Sicario. How's it going, Dr. Dog? Where are we going? DCA or just wait it out? Hold my hand. Well, the altcoins, we'll take a closer look at those now, but it's starting to look like scary. Like it's starting to look like you need to take profits when you can with altcoins. Because if Bitcoin does continue on its downward trajectory, and I have no reason to think that it won't. Well, I don't think that we've reached our turnaround point just quite yet on Bitcoin. I may be wrong, but I think we can go up, and then we'll find out midweek, mid-February, mid-month, something like that, what's going on. There's plenty of times for the market makers to go through a lot of good news and bad news, and they're going to do it in September. It just happens. It's a shaky, flaky, not a fun month. It's just not. It's a lot of shakeouts and it's a lot of sideways, blah. Kind of like what we've been seeing on Bitcoin happen right now. On the smaller time frames, you think you're into something, you think you're in a trade, or you think you got a position established, and then they come hunting for it and knocking things out, knocking people out, trapping people, basically, is how I would put it. And I got all this little midsection through here. This mid of a range where you want to do it like that, or maybe even your volume profile. Where's your volume profile? Why you know it work? Oh, there it is. And on either side of that, you got all these people. Oh man, what are we doing? Anybody who was listening to the Morning Guru and did what they told him to and went short, and anybody who also followed the Morning Guru and went long, and went long, and went long, and went short at support, long in resistance areas, they got caught up. And if they used too much leverage, they got stopped out. And if they didn't, they had a hell of a roller coaster ride. And I've been on that roller coaster ride with the trade, which now's in profit, but it's just not been fun. But it might be if we continue to go up for higher highs. And since we made a higher low finally, that's what I'm looking for. Let's do it, baby. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me come back to the chat. I'm going to put my little marker out since I'm thinking about it. That is for requests for coins. If you have a coin that you want me to take a look at, submit your coin request for live analysis. Priority goes to members and super chats. And let me scroll back up. Continue saying hi to everybody. And we got Mr. Miles, who was first. Hey, Mr. Miles, congratulations on being first tonight. I would give you the clap there. I forgot that earlier. Thankfully, I can identify as whatever I want, and if you don't accept an encouragement, you're a bigot. That's how the world works these days, Mr. Miles. I'm glad to see we're in tune. Miles is back. Rodex shared some coffee with me. It was pure white. I've never seen coffee like that. That was a good ass coffee. MG Motorsports says, right, I'm ready. Got my lunch cooked. Kick back, eat, and watch a bit of Turkey Talk. Hey, glad to have you here, my man. Ave Medina, thank you so much for being here. There's Joe from Trade Intuition. And there's Tory Trades there. How I turned 5,000 into 500,000. I don't know if it's that much anymore, but I don't know. You won that trade though. My Nashville homegirl there. And then Joe from Trade Intuition right here. He's live in the chat with you. Another YouTuber teaches TA. Go check him out. Subscribe to his channel. Check him out if you haven't. Learn some stuff. That's all I'm saying. Just learn some stuff. He teaches every day. The space needs more people like Joe. All right, so 110, 400. Let's take a look at Caspa. I know Mr. Miles is probably dying to see something here. Where did you go, Caspa? We went down to 8 cents. Let's see. That one doesn't have volume. Let's go with the one on Mexi. We got some fallen angles, and then I used that angle and drug that line down to here. And that's where this line came from. It didn't really have any touch points until it finally did, and it was trying to hold that level. Pretty nice. That's a predictive way that I use with the angles, and it's a helpful tool for me. Not too many people do. I have seen a few other people, I think, do it every once in a while or something, but when you break an area, if you got the strong angle on it, and you got, but it doesn't match up with your very bottom here, right? Like you got a secondary angle going on right there. That would have been the first one, right, that we lost. And there still might be some validity to that. But it's interesting how when you can take that down to here and not have anything going on quite yet, it does have a touch perfectly to it, comes back up, and then retest that area again. Solidifying 3 touches on there, making that valid idea. But now we lost it, so could we be headed down, or are they going to fake us out? Oh, it looks like we're trying to head down. How bad's it going to get here? I like to look at my indicators over here on the daily, see what we got. Stochastic's buried there, money flow still coming down. It's probably got a little bit more there. MACD is she's still doing the boogie woogie to the downside there. She's doing the Jersey Turnpike over there with a lampshade on her head. And our MACD, our RSI, losing a little bit right in there, so below the signal line. Does look like Caspa, or this Caspa, right, might be flirting with coming down just a little bit more. It's not yet made a lower low yet, so we got to keep this in mind. It'd be a great place for a little funky double bottom action there. Oh, they're at a place to do it too. Let's see how she respects this 618 area that she's at right now. That's a good place that it might possibly hold. Losing it, we got our next little level right there at 7.2 cents if it wants to come down for a deeper retracement, which would not surprise me at all. Maybe even as, yeah, that 7 cent area. Going up, coming down, but it's basically like a 786, 886 retracement area through here before we get another bounce. You got a green line over here given the bottom of the real main trend line there that we could be bouncing through. Not a big deal. She just, I mean, it's a great place to be buying if you believe in this. Testing the bottom of this trend line again. That kind of idea, not bad. I got too many lines on this. I'm gonna have to start clearing out my charts and everything again. I'm gonna take some of these other targets off. I still like 10 cents if we ever get there. We can get there, I just don't know when. Don't know if we'll get past it the first time. On the 4 hour, what you doing over here? You're not looking like you're trying to turn around yet, are you? It's not giving us the signs of turnaround over here just yet, so making the 7-cent area look a little bit more apparent. That was 4 hour, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me come back to the chat here. Pump it, pump it, pump it. Ain't no Labor Day for me. Cupboard's broken, stove needs replacing, and for the friggin' second time, leaking gas. Fell higher than Sean. Sean does like the sniffing gas. Sorry to hear about the bad stroke of luck there, Ave. Road Dog is going platinum. Was that a token that you mentioned the other night? There was a token platinum. Sounded familiar to me. But it wasn't the platinum I was looking for. There we go. There's Justin Makasek. How's it going, Justin? WLFI. A little overvalued, and I think we're starting to see a lot of profit being taken there. Got those. I don't know if I can get through all of those, but I will do my best to get in. You got that one too, and then YZY. That's interesting. Pangu and Pepe. And Uranus. Oh, he says I'm a Miggity McDaddy. McDaddy. Mr. Mouse says you suck, Rhoda. Well, I mean, it looked good. It's just getting a little bit pullback. The market's going to tame down on the altcoins. It looks like that's what the indicators keep to trend. That's what the price action seems to be telling me. We looked at total 3 and everything. But with Bitcoin is bouncing up now, so we'll see. But Bitcoin dominance is starting to go up now. And we also see a little fear in the market with the commodities that I showed you. Something is afoot here. It's usually when war's going out or planning for war or something that we start seeing people start putting their money into gold and stuff. So what's going on in the world right now? Is there something afoot, or everybody just scared? So I got to see how it holds with Bitcoin. I don't know. They're starting to look at it in that same category, and maybe that's why we're seeing a little money coming to Bitcoin right now instead of us continuing down like we're in a bearish trend. Could have done that. I'm just saying. I wouldn't be surprised if we find out that something doesn't go good between Russia and Ukraine or something, whatever. I don't know. Maybe something pops off in Palestine. I don't know. I don't know. Or Gaza or something. But they look like usually when that's happening, there's something going on, people. I think. We'll see. Let's take a look at that VVPR. That was just Gator Squatch's pick, and it's a stock tied to XRP, I think is what you said, right? Vivo Power International. And let's zoom out on the weekly here. How's that look? Oh, here on the weekly, it's its second weekend confirming the buy signal here, but since then it looks like it's went down a little bit. So she might be wanting to put a red dot like she did over here, right? And then come down a little bit. Let's see, it's above the 9 on the weekly. I can't say anything bad about it. That's a good sign. That's cool. See if we can get any. Oh, it looks like you lost some trend lineage. First it was this, but you might have a little something there. We'll take a look at that. I'd rather just zoom out and look at the big picture. It looks like we're on the bottom, right? And flirting with the areas that were just below are the bottoms that it had in 2020. Right around COVID time. Imagine that. All right, so this one, right around COVID time, and right before Money Printer went burr. When Money Printer went burr, which we're hoping Money Printer will, well, I don't know if we're hoping, but I guess we are. In January, maybe they'll turn Money Printer a little bit. Nothing like what we had in 2020. God, I hope not. We don't need all that trouble again. That thing went up 28,000%. That's like a 30x right there. We're up $237. Now about midway through there is about 1,000%. So not unquestionable that we could try to go for that. Not unquestionable to go for $57. That makes the perfect big ass target to look for, in my personal opinion there. Oh, did I screw that up? And another shorter target just a little bit before, about 45. Might get a little hiccup there. Did we nail anything over here? A little something there. Let's come down now to the daily on this little guy and see what we got. We can find some shorter targets. We can. I think if it were me, I did that wrong. Be coming from the top. I would go from there down. It's a little technique. And let's grab you. I'm gonna put you on a little dotted line going there, and we're gonna get that little 382 area right here. Where did you take your fib from? I took it from my other fib area, that big 236 area up there, and now I'm fibbing the fib. It's like living the life, but just fibbing the fib. And look over to the left and see if it makes any sense. Boom, gotcha right there. Crazy how that works, right? This one got this little area right through here. So that gives us some targets of $14 and $22 that we could be looking for. Out of this, what is this? VVPR. And I think he said it was tied to XRP in the chat. Nice rounded shape going on there. Could be coming up here and do the little butt crack thing, like a little harmonic pattern that takes us down basically to a 786 or 886 retracement. There's your cliff notes on it. Your butt cracks, you want to look for a 786, 886 fib retracement. Might take it a while for them to get there, but most of them do. Not all of them do. Every once in a while, one will go lower, and it's like, dang, that didn't work. We got a super chat. Oh my gosh. What is going on? We got King Hell.
Alert. Make it rain.
King Hell, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thank you for your support, my man. Hand clappies. Trying to give you the clap. Thank you so much for that. Get this microphone down here. Meant to super OORT or Zeus. OORT. What is that? Let me give this a little like right there. Let's go to see what is that? OORT. Market cap, ooh, 19 million. How many coins you got? Well, maximum supply is 2 billion. That's doable. That's doable. Circulating supply 585 million. Whoa. Well, that's interesting. Find out about their unlock schedule. It'd be interesting. Sometimes you can see it on here. They got something about, talking about a final unlock and token. Final unlock? 2 weeks ago? Was the article anyway. Completes final unlock, marking a new phase in project's economy. That was 2 weeks ago. And token burn. I don't know. This is since its inception in May 2021. Ort Foundation has been at the forefront of a decentralized AI technology. I've never even heard of them before. Striving to create transparent and trustworthy and inclusive AI ecosystem. Recognizing the profound impact of AI technologies like ChatGPT, Google Gemini, and OpenAI Sora, Ort, OORT, emphasizes the importance of varied data sources and diverse perspectives to mitigate biases and ensure fairness in AI development. So this one's all-time high was $1.18 a year ago, and it's down 97% from that. It's at 3.3 cents right now, but it's still up from its all-time low. It's up 54% from being just a little over 2 cents, and that was a month ago. So she's got a nice little come up over the past 4 weeks. News coming out 2 weeks ago. That sounds interesting. This is his overall chart. This is the 7-day chart. Let's go pick it up over here, or see if we can. Oh, now where are you traded? Oh, you should be everywhere. Mexi Gate. So it's been around for a minute. Okay, why didn't you show up over here? Oh, I'm on stocks. There we go. It was operational errors there. So KuCoin's got you. And so does COINEX. Let me go with COINEX. I trade on COINEX. How far do you go back? 2024? Okay, let's try MXC. See if we can get some more price data here. Or KuCoin. That's about the same. Okay, we'll stick with this one. So she's down at a lower low. Nice little rounding, and it could take a while for it to accumulate through here. And in my personal opinion, they are in accumulation right now. Here on the daily, you've got a red dot on Market Cipher and some signs, stochastics coming down, money flow. There's some bearish signs in your on the daily. So you had a little come up. Okay, that was the nice 50% come up. So she's trying to pull back from that a little bit. Rejection at the 100 moving average. Let me go ahead and pull this fib. Where do we want to go? Here? This would... Yeah, okay, you just right under that one. And let me take that little guy and take it up to the top. The beauty of the fib. Oh! I love the way that 236 it just has a way of getting these support resistance areas. It just amazes me. How did you know? Looking to the left, how did you know? It makes you think that you could just, well, if that's what it does on a repeated basis, maybe if we lose that area, we could reverse engineer this fib until that lines up with our 236 and we can find a bottom. I mean, and I've done that a few times. It works. The fibs are freaking weird. They're wild. Love them. So we got a two little areas over here. One a little local that we're getting up above, and not quite yet. But that's the target I would be looking for, that 8 cent area. But it does look like she wants to come back for a little bit of a pullback. And got some good news going on the 4 hour. This is where I like to track most of my altcoins, is on the 4 hour. I think it gives you a good representation, a good equal balance of feedback from your indicators and everything. Moving averages work really good over here, and they're telling us, yeah, we're on the right track. The smaller moving averages have flipped bullish, and the bigger moving averages, which I didn't used to use and wouldn't know that they even were there, they're still telling us there's resistance ahead. So we're coming up and a little back. So I wouldn't be surprised if at some point we test this line again. And whether it wants to do it now, 4 hour doesn't look too bearish. It looks like it's trying to be a little frisky. But we could find ourselves back here about 3 cents. That could happen. It seems to like to go sideways quite a bit, like over here. I can see us coming back down here into those areas, touching that 1 and 200 moving average again at some point, maybe. Right now, I don't want to jinx it holding that 360 here on that 4 hour. Let's let her go. So far, it looks like on the 4 hour, smaller term prime time frame, she might be getting frisky. So the daily gave us a sell signal, so just know that we might keep coming up to around 4 cent area, and then we might come back. I might come back and touch that. Until then, we just got to keep trying to get higher lows, and then knock out some of these higher highs. And I think that's what she's going to try to do. Let's see if she can pull that off before she comes back down for just a minute. A juicy place to grab some more. Let's take a look at Zeus coin. This is it on OKX. Still waiting for that 18 cent area. Bearish retest idea of this trend line and this pull here. We went lower. Might need to look at things again here. 4 hour time frame. Let's take a fresh look at that. So I don't know if we may need lower lows. We can go from right here and get all of our little local targets that we need there. Yes, I'm north. So our magical 236 Fibonacci. looking to the left, and my, what does it identify over here? Isn't that amazing? It grabs that little guy right there and this little guy right there. Those beautiful lower support resistance areas that once you get past, they don't always come back below. Don't always. And that makes this the, man, I wish I woulda, coulda, shoulda bought zone right here, anywhere under this area at 19 cents. So in my personal opinion, you're in a very good woulda, coulda bought zone. And it becomes apparent when you get back up to 25 cents. Like, man, wish I woulda, coulda bought some at 15. I could be in the green right now. And I'm like, yeah, you'd be selling on that green line right there, 25 cents, and maybe even up to 29, 30 cents. And that's crazy. But it's not me talking, it's just the charts talking. I'm just the interpreter. Sometimes I read in between the lines, paraphrase just a little bit, but that's what I'm getting out of this chart right here. Yeah, these little targets right here just look like great little paydays. And even for the FOMO we're in right now, which I don't think is the best idea. Yeah, I'd like 12, 13 cents better, but hey, even for the little Degens that can't control themselves just yet, if they were playing this, might get 21% up to that first target. But that one might come fairly, within this week and the next day or two, maybe. Might take a little bit longer and some ups and downs and whatnot to get up to that 59%. And then 85% at 29 cents as we get up there. But man, when she gets a rocking, when she starts it going, she can make some moves. So don't come a knocking if the trailer's rocking. Some people might see a breakout right there. I don't think you got enough touches myself. Well, I guess you do. You can make an argument for that, but this one's a little bit more right here, but that still looks like a breakout on the 4-hour time frame. Little wiggle room. She's still got some things to do there, but for the most part, looking kind of nice here for Zeus on the 4-hour. Recently, you had the nice little green dot print in there. Starting to get a little tired out, but not enough to make her turn around, and the MACD is getting ready to possibly flip. Now, she could roll over, something could happen, we can roll over. It looks like she's getting ready to flip. If that happens, then another little boost of energy. That's MACD giving you those little hits of nitrous on the side with that balloon, and the way that they used to do it, put it on the balloon. Was that too much information? I read about it in books. Yeah, we'll say that. Okay, anyway. Let me come back to the chat here. Mr. Miles says, Sean is on my side. Did you give him pickles? I got you on a free month of OnlyFans Footsie Club. Ha ha. The OnlyFans Footsie Club. Ladies and gentlemen, if you need a little help in the market, you want those little private rooms and private engagements, yeah, with a turkey, featherless, as always, cleanly shaven, smooth skin, buttery for your pleasure, pointing my little fungusy toes to the Bitcoin price of the day. $2,499 a month will get you in that little place. And bring your own massage oil. All right, so there we go. Mr. Cyborg, hey, welcome to stream. I've ripped some serious balloons at fish shows. Oh, we're talking about the night. Yeah, nitro is still a thing. Oh, wait a minute. Open up that Pandora's box. Damn, that food looks good. I know. Turkey feet. Miles, so sorry about but this is okay. Miles, so sorry, but this is above my pay grade. Road Dog pays me as in good ass coffee. How do you think I type so fast? That's funny. Speaking of good ass coffee, I got the chicory, so it won't keep me up all night. Something keeps me up all night, but it's not this. Did I just lose my face there? Road Dog says we hit 110. Oh, nice. Let's go check it out. Come on, Bitcoin. So I'm guessing those morning gurus are going to come in and call the bottom again. Man, the one that I seen, he was just so confused. I mean, flip-flop and seeing everything, forcing patterns. And the one that I see him do the most, the one that I keep calling him out on the most is, and you can't even really find one. They just force whatever, but he's always looking for a regular top pattern, a head and shoulders pattern. And it might get some kind of traction out of whatever formation, but there's usually something else. But a lot of times you see something, and yeah, you can see these shapes, but that's not a pattern to apply here. And most of the time when you do, a lot of times, I mean, they'll just take off without you. I'm just telling you the truth, and I guess he's just not figured that out yet. But I have to question a pattern trader that doesn't know how to correctly apply top patterns and tries to apply top patterns at bottoms and expect that you're going to get the same results. So I do talk about that. We got some resistance coming up, it looks like, and let me see if I can get that angle. I will put you back where you were. So it had probably not on this time frame, but it had an anchor somewhere else. 200 moving average, also the 0.5 Fibonacci. It should be from this one. So yeah, it's very important to see what we're doing here right now in Bitcoin at 0.5. So this is going to tell us, you know, if we can maybe keep going up or come back and play around here again, or even worse, roll over and then come down to this area at 105.8. So we could make a visit down here from losing this area. So I'm curious to see what happens. And then we got a couple more of these areas on up through here we need to take a look at. But that's the first hurdle we'll get past. And the moving average strategy is telling you it's the 200. The fibs have got it at the 0.5 fib. Another reason why the moving averages and fibs work beautifully together as far as I'm concerned. We might still be in this little channel idea with all of that, but once we start doing all this, I don't like to we just try to connect the dots as much as we have and see what it says. Now this is an interesting pattern. It's an opening broadening pattern here. Which one? Yeah. This one should have a 55% chance to break to the upside. And I believe it's one that doesn't really matter which side that the price comes in on, if I'm not mistaken there. It's not so much a continuation pattern as most of the other triangle patterns are. So maybe, flip a coin, we got as good of a chance to break up and try to get up higher. So from here we'd be looking for the 786, 886 area right here, 112, 112.7. And so this is going to be the first zone to look for some possible rollover, but that rollover would be healthy, come down for a higher low, and then see probably right back down to this area about 109.6 probably. If this is making a W pattern and we're breaking out, because that's basically what we're looking for here. And so we're breaking out this little boxy zone. If you're looking at it from a Wyckoff perspective, I mean, this might have been considered a spring. And we came back retesting, trying to go up, but the Wyckoff perspective in a nutshell, without having to go through with up thrust and automatic rallies and all those little terminologies that I still forget. I'll read about them, okay, I remember this. That's what this is. Last port of support, last port of support, last port of, and it's too much junk to remember. And the concept is you're basically in a little square, a little side channel, and they come and fake you out on one side, and then they start trying to break you out on the other. That's Wyckoff in a nutshell for reaccumulation pattern. And so I don't need to commit all those little, and it's not a pattern like it is like a triangle, and but it's a sequence of events that happens within this range. Is the best way I can describe Wyckoff. But I can also describe it in the channel And when it's faked out, and then we go the other side, it's good. So if we're breaking out of that little box, chances are good we're trying to work for, we're getting out of our accumulation, going into a markup, right? In the cycle, right? A markup phase before we distribute again. So we could distribute here, or we could distribute up here. And wherever it distributes, I want to be distributing too, because that's what the smart money seems to like to do. I'm trying to follow what they're doing a little bit. Let's take a look at the liquidation heat map. Refresh you. What's going on, baby? How you doing? 26 people hanging out with me. Appreciate you being here with me. We're just kind of chilling, looking at the market, some Bitcoin, some altcoins.
For those of you out there that hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Every time. I think it's time to change our music up. We'll come over here to the 12-hour. You're eating up all the liquidity, you little fat pig. You're just eating it all up. There's no more left for anybody now. Now what are you going to do? Now what are you going to do, Bitcoin? You ate it all up. We gotta find some more liquidity. I guess I can turn this little liquidity threshold down. Oh, there, now we're seeing it. Well, where's the most of it? Sure, what's on most of it's below us again, doesn't it? There's some up here at 113. That's we need that. There's also some down here building up around 106. Even down at 102. Oh yeah, even down at 102. They're starting to get out there, folks. All that was up here has just gradually come down, and we still. That's a hell of a range. What is that, from 115 down to yeah, $15,000 range? We're smack dab in the middle between all that liquidity. It looks like they might take you up and take us down. That's what I'm thinking. I think that's what I'm looking for, them to take us up and then take us down. I'm just trying to make a plan for that. They might piss me off though, and then start going down and then go up, and well, gosh darn it, hard to win at this game. But if everybody were winners, we'd all have Rolexes, right? 110, baby, come on. You making a higher high over here? Or you 113 me out on my Fibonacci? Local ones, it's the 0.5 that we're looking at anyway. Let's go, baby. Pump it, altcoins. Pump it, Bitcoin. Make my altcoins go happy. What's total 3 looking like right now? Are you getting a little bump up? My little game plan was here. I was going to short Bitcoin between 115 and 118. We just didn't quite get back up there again. We came on down to 107. But my game plan is still the thing. I'm still looking at shorting there. Spot margins, how I'm doing it. I might take a perpetual futures margin. I'm in a long right now. And I guess I should take a little profit right now. Now that I remembered I'm in the long. And it's only up 6%, but in this market, I've regretted not taking part of that. So I'm going to take at least 25%. That way when I put my stop loss at break even now. Actually, I think I got it above there. Do I? It's a free trade. I haven't lost anything. And I'm only up $25 on this other trade. I'm still taking it because that's one of the first times this one hasn't been in the green in a minute. So cool. Now stop loss at break even, and a winning trade there. That's how I like it to work out. It doesn't always work out that way, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes it takes I had to wait a while. And this will probably get stopped out when we come back for a retracement. But that's okay. We'll find hopefully a better entry there. Nice. Now, if only these altcoins would start doing something. I'm talking to you, XRP, you little piece of crap. Sorry. I'm not calling it a piece of crap, but the price action lately has been. All right, let's get down to some of these altcoins that we're going to take a look at. Bitcoin doing good. Still trying to do something on the 6 minutes. Still looking bullish. Go for it. You go, girl. You do you. I ain't gonna bitch about you. Come on. Could that be our one hump? Could we get 3 humps on this line before we break it? That would be amazing. That would get us up here about 112, 113. Dang, man, I'm collecting. My sell orders are hitting on my big. Oh, yeah. All right, so I got 2,000 coming in sales already hit on my way up. Cool. And then when we hit over through here, I should have another one coming. Let's go, baby. I'm trying to get paid on the way up. I'm finding that I like to get paid on the way up, and then I like buying when they're coming down. Just what I'm trying to do, rather than trying to chase like, oh, I need to get in now, because I used to do that, and sometimes I still, if I'm not careful, if we start going up and we're on the weekends, I have this tendency like, well, let's just buy a little bit. I'll be nibbling and say, oh, I'm just nibbling. But I was nibbling as it was going up. In essence, chasing, but just nibble chasing, and just nibble chasing was enough to like, when it turns around, you're like, oh man, I nibbled too much, didn't I? Gave me indigestion. I wasn't very happy. WLFI. World Liberty Finance. 29 people hanging out with me. Thank you so much for being here. So we got World Liberty Finance. I think I'm hallucinating.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
All you gotta do is knock. Hey everybody. Just try not to have a heart attack here live on stream. That's all I'm saying. Ooh, we're going to have to get off this 6-minute time frame. We're going to look at, well, I guess we have to. From World Liberty, it's a brand new coin, right? We did some, was it MEXC? No? I thought we did some TA on it already. She's at 23 cents, and it was a lot higher before. This thing is a huge market cap, all right? I mean, it's coming down, but it was, I think, like 50 billion at one point, what I saw. Reported anyway. I didn't actually see this, but WLF. It sounds cool to be in. Market cap is 5.7 billion now. Did it drop that much? But still, that's for a brand new project. Come on now. What's the website look like? I haven't even looked at the website. I don't even have any. Nothing. What's going on over here? All right, we'll come back. So how many? Look, maximum supply is 100 billion. You're at 23 cents. You know how hard it's going to be to keep that 23 cent area? The more that things get unlocked and whatever, I mean, it makes it hard to keep that. I mean, that's like this is the kind of coin where it starts out at a good place, and then you spend the rest of the lifetime of the coin just hoping we can get back to the areas that it had been. That means that a lot of people got stuck. So I'm not the greatest fan of them when they come out with those overvalued valuations. A lot of look at Tia. Tia wasn't a great example. That sucker came out, and I think she was up at $20 or something. Well, just barely able to hold $2 on a good day right now, right? But they come out with a lot of hype, and everybody chases them, and that's how people get stuck in them. And you're like, oh man, like if you got Tia, or you had to sell Tia at a big ass loss because you got tired of holding it. Well, that's what this can feel like. It's just too damn new. Where DeFi and TradFi meet. I mean, it sounds cool. I'm not saying don't get into it, but you'll get cheaper. Trust me, you'll get cheaper. Especially with that market cap. My gosh. So what are you doing right now? I need a good point to go with here. And you just look way the hell up there. This MEXC. Who else has got you? Here it is on spot. Well, so I got 76 cents up here. I want to see what we got. Still way too damn high. So 34 cents. And then we'll take this top over here. And according to that top, we're just now coming back into, wish I'd bought them here area, but I think you can do better. Lost a trend line. Even the measured move idea from this takes you down, right? Yeah, we're getting there. Somewhere about halfway through there, 21 cents. Swing low to swing hard. Tell me where I need to buy. She's already bounced off the 618. That's cool. I like that. I see the tawniest of M patterns up there. And the measure move takes us down to the 786 area, not the 0.5. I said it looked like it's about halfway. It turns out it was a little deeper. But honestly, for this one, I would eyeball this 886 retracement. 21, and then that 786 right there at oh, it's still 21 cents. All right, the 21 cent area, the lower 21 cent area and the upper 21 cent area. We're at 23 right now. Really? That all you going to give us? You got some other price. That's just what I can get from what I can see on price action here. There might be some other stuff going on here now. Holding a 386. I want to throw this 18 cent area over there too, in case something goes crazy. I do think altcoins might be on a little downward trend, right? And I'm just. Ooh, are you a channel? Are you? Oh, gosh darn it. Yeah, I feared that this was too soon. Yeah. Wow. So right now, 20 cents was the lowest that we got, and I think it will probably come down and retest that area. What has got me is noticing this bottom over here at 3 cents. And then the second top over here. So pulling my fib there gives me more of a relationship saying, we could be coming down. Identifying this possible channel idea here. And how well that it lines up. For a channel. Also suggests that we might be coming down to the bottom of it, or somewhere in between. So I got 18 cents, 20, let's look at 21 and 18 cent area there. World Liberty Finance. This is I'm on the 6-minute time frame here too. Let's take a look at XMR Monero. I think that one's doing a little bit better. Well, we got it here on futures. What was going on over here? Daily moving averages look great. We'll just test them now. They spread out, and like we mentioned earlier, what to look for when this moving averages spread out like that. Well, then they start coming back and testing them, and we're lost the 200. Man, I'd hate for us to come back down to 235, but we might. Doesn't have to, but we might. Below the 9 moving average. We got some bearish crosses going on over here, and it could be setting up for a death cross. So we might see still a little bit lower, retesting 220 there. She had a good run, man. I took some profit up here too, but I thought we might be. I didn't. It seems like you don't think at the time that that's going to the last time we're going to be there for a while, right? You're there, well, I'll probably be back here maybe in a month, maybe a few weeks or something, yeah. But it was like, oh gosh, we might have to wait half a year or something like that to see those prices. Man, it makes you wish you take more profit there, right? I did pretty good. But I ended up buying a little bit more in this range over here than I should have, and got caught up with a little drawdown here. Or for spot margin, it's taking a little bit. Have some of the profit away, put it in limbo, but it's a nice curve there. I like that. I think we're still working on a nice parabolic move. It seems to suggest that it just takes it. The good ones just take a long time to really form and play out. You can see the nice rounding shape that we're getting there. And we might come back and actually touch this green line, and that could be our little lower low there. But from there, then we can actually kind of, hopefully, come back and take out our all-time high from this guy. That would be cool. That was at the 618. You didn't quite hit that, did you? 786. Is that your fault or my fault? I think it's your fault. 473 looks like nice. Hasn't been up there since May of 2021 in that area. Another good little reason to take profit when you get there. Again, when these altcoins start running up to these areas that they haven't been for a long time, it is easy to get overly bullish on them and think and not want to sell, not want to get out of such a winning trade, or even take some of the profits out of it. And, you know, some people struggle. I've struggled with that. I'm assuming other people have that problem too. And when you do take profits, do you take enough? Because you think, oh, it'll come back and go back up. And it could, but they usually don't. They usually don't. They get a good strong run up because all that money's got to flow somewhere else and rotate somewhere else for a lot of times. Now, Monero might be a little bit different. There's been some FUD about it lately with Cubic and all this other stuff. But so I'm looking forward to come down just a little bit more, and then before we start going up. But I do like these. I still like the targets at 430 and 473 for when we do come back up. Where that you might be coming down to at the current moment, we'll be testing this guy. Maybe not even come all the way back down to 236, but that is on the table for 236 there. Let's come down to the 4 hour and see what she's looking like. Crossing the moving averages, saying, yeah, they flip bearish, and we're now underneath the 200 on the 4 hour, and look to be getting rejected and rolling over. So I've been looking for some kind of bottom pattern here. I would look for it to come down and do something, something similar, whatever over here, and then we come up and make a bottom and double up from it and start headed up to 334. That's what I hope and what we could be doing. I mean, seriously, but we'll just have to watch and see. We can take this line here, draw that line there, and have a little suggestion of where we might actually find a little high. 243, that'd be cool. Not have to come all the way down to the touch that fib. Just take the fib of this one right here, the 786 of this one right here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's come over and take a look at what is YZY. I don't know what that is. It's one of the suggestions requests from you guys. YZY. Let's find out what it is. YZY. Yizzy money. It's got 299 million circulating. Almost a billion total. It is 1 billion maximum supply. Market cap is 145 million, small market cap. All-time high was 12 days ago. It was $3.16, and it's down 84%. What happened? All-time low was 8 hours ago at 48 cents, which is kind of where we're at right now. Was there bad news on it? Did it just dump or something? Market's been, I'm just reading it over here. Has it got to say anything about this project? Huh. Interesting. Why is he? Where are you available? Most places? Quite a bit of places. XC, KuCoin, BitMart. Some of the bigger names there. Binance Alpha. Why is he money? It looks like it got some bad news is what it looks like. And it looks like that bad news came in a week ago or something. Let's go over to Grok and see what we can find out. Let's see if Grok can give us any information. Well, AI makes all this stuff a lot easier. Used to, you'd have to come over and watch these YouTubers go and all this on-chain stuff, and oh my God, this market alert, blah, blah. And now we can just have Grok or Chat GPT to round up a lot of that information for us. Makes it a lot easier. Significant drop in the price of YZY, the cryptocurrency launch. Oh, yay, this is Kanye West. Oh, well, that answers it. Okay, got it. I didn't recognize that's what it was. Well, yeah, there was rumors about the rug pull on that one. No. I wouldn't try it. I wouldn't try it. And oof. I mean, that's a lot to ask for it to get up to 61 cents from here. Let's take a look on this 1 hour. I mean, if I could say that what this reminds me of, it kind of reminds me of, well, once it starts coming down, it kind of reminds me of OM, because it just kept doing this, and you know, once they're rugged, I mean, there's just hard to get that people coming in believing the project. Everybody already cashed out, and it's just like a dead project for a lot of cases, unless they got some plans I don't know about. But I don't see anything promising just yet. I just keep seeing us losing levels and levels, and that could happen for a while it keeps going down, and the last remaining people will just get what they can out of it or whatever. All right, well, nothing great. So at least we figured out what it was. I figured out what it was. You guys probably already knew. I'm the boomer. Let's take a look at Pingu. Pingu's under 3 cents again, but trying to make a comeback. Higher low there. Trying to do a W pattern over here. Trying to get a double bottom situation here, and that could take us up about back up to 3.1 cent area. Need that. Let's come to the 4 hour where we can monitor it. Oh, Pingu, you lost the main trend line, and I gave you wiggle room. Oh no, that's pretty good for over here. Still. So I think, and we are in a channel idea. Okay, but you lost this. Little suspect there. But this is the 382 Fibonacci, so she's trying to catch there. Well, let's hope. She's trying to make a possible, it's a channel, but some people might interpret that as a flag. Yeah, I guess you could. It's still being flag. If I'm playing a flag pattern and if she's above the 382 Fibonacci, then I call it good. And it's starting to get a little questionable here because, and I mean from the flagpole idea. That fib that I've got marked, I believe. No, you're not even mad. What the hell are you doing there? That is good why for me to go back over this stuff. Alright, so she does look fallen wedgy. She looks a little bit more fallen wedgy. She's lost her area that I would consider for a flag, so I don't consider it for a flag. I consider it for a fallen wedgy. Doesn't mean we can't get some kind of similar result, some kind of big ass breakout that looks like it was a flag or something, but it's just a little less likely in my opinion, especially after we're seeing these moving averages cross bearishly. Things I look for that I guess other people don't look for. The flag to the upside people don't seem to care about that stuff. They just care about drawing. I don't know. I mean, some of these guys are so predictable. You know what they're going to do on their TA. They're always going to look for the flag to the upside. It's always going to be the same thing to some crazy target that may or may not get ahead, just depending on if there's resistance there that they're seeing if they look to the back, which there is over here. See that? Is it a cup and handle? Oh my God. Maybe, but it can come all the way down here to 22 cents. And she might do it if she's a cup and handle. Oh dear. So let me get this off it because that is not what I'm looking at, but it might be. It might be a cup and handle pattern. She's got a dent in the bottom of the bowl though. I don't know how that's going to help you out, but maybe she can hold water for us. So will it break out from here, or will it come back down here? I don't know. I'd say there's a good chance for it to come back down here since she's given up the 360 and these bearish crosses on those moving averages. I think she can work her way down here. It might come up a little bit and come down. But Pingu, what is that, 2.3 cents? But if it does do this and pull this pattern off, that's pretty cool. The measure move for this, the original measure move on how you take it for these patterns, and not by the people who make up their own rules, would take you about to 8.8 cents. Maybe we'll see that happen. This is a 4-hour time frame. Keep an eye on that one. Right now she's trying to do a little something with some support. Let's see. Take a look at DOG. This is dog, and I guess we'll look at it on Gate.io here. Oh, what happened to you? 4 hour? Bearish there. Possible M pattern that we're trying to confirm. They're calling a top pattern? M patterns can be a top, but they can also be what we call a harmonic pattern, which happens when we're forming a bottom area. And I'm just going to cut through the chase here. We want to look in this area and right here. To see if we can get a catch. So 0.002, this is dog. We could see that. And again, we are below fib, right? Yeah, we're below our 618. That's when we lost. Then it came up, and I believe he did an 886. Well, that's interesting. And I'm really kind of looking at this 886 right there. All right, let's take a look at Pith. It got a bump up with some news, right? Now, think for a minute. You might have been one of them. I hope you weren't. But when news came out, it starts going off, and then people start chasing. People start buying in based on all of that. And that's cool and everything. And then right over here we have people just waiting to sell. And so hopefully you also sold a little bit when it doubled up right there. But how are we going to know that it was going to be there? Now, I don't have the target here, but look at this. 272, baby. Nailed it. I didn't nail it, but the fib did. And if you understand how to use these fibs like that for those higher high targets, you could have nailed it too. You could have nailed it too. I didn't nail it, but you could nail it too with the that's my fib strategy. Okay, you see us do that all the time here. Now after we hit that, now we get a pullback. Good chance that she might just come all the way back down to this 13-cent area, for real. Nobody wants to hear that, but man, how many times has this thing disappointed you before when she went on a pump? There's too damn many tokens here. That's the problem with this one. That's why I don't really like it that much. I mean, I got a little bit of it. I've had some of it because it was hyped up from forever. And ever since they hyped it up, it's going to be the big one. It's going to be the one they chose. Yeah. Okay. Well, they made sure they were cashing out when they were telling you all that when it was around $1 and everything. I mean, look at that. It was $1.15 and it came down to 8 cents. And that's what you see consistently with these big VC coins that come out. And BitBoy didn't help. and some of it might be how many coins that are not released yet. But when I mean, I think this one's got like what 80 billion coins or something stupid, crazy. It and Ondo both are just unreal. Market cap on you is what? Oh, really? You're just now at a billion? You're at a billion. Maximum supply is 10 billion. 10 billion of these things. Okay, we're not as bad as some. But still, it's gummed up the price. It's just made it horrible.
Valor alert. Make it rain.
And look, there's still more token. And this is all the tokens been unlocked so far, right? Unlocked 7.6 billion. Now keep in mind, earlier, I mean, September and January, there was 4 billion. It's almost doubled since then. It pumped up during that time, and they're unlocking tokens and they're selling on our asses. And yeah, in May was the unlock. When was that? May 15th. What did the charts look like then? How did it react? Did they sell quick? And it's always weird. Right before a token unlock, I don't know if you've ever peeped this out. Right before they do a token unlock, there's always a surge in price. So token unlock was May 15th, right? Yeah, so we were up here flagged to the upside. I guarantee you they were trying to play. There were people out here teaching people and showing people, encouraging people to take that flag, because after all, it made us head and shoulder to the upside, flag to the upside, and all that is good and everything. You would have known to look for a retest on this one if you listened to me, but that didn't even hold. But all of that nice bottom pattern, that big flux of volume coming in, everything looking good. This chart looks so good on the day of the unlock. They run it up. They do this a lot. And then, boom, you don't get what you asked for Christmas. You get a big ass lump of coal, but they don't. They get paid. All right, that's manipulated right there. So did they have some good news coming out? Was there another token on that? Because that looks like, no, that's today. Or it might have been, I don't know, but anyway. Nice one, nice rejection there on the daily 360 moving average. I didn't see you coming back. Pith. Still waiting to slowly get up to 33 cents where it was before, but just can't seem to get back over there for a long time. In December, it was, or November, December, was at 54 cents. Maybe we can do it again. That looks a lot like your, was that also, when was that? December 24th? What was happening over there? I mean, I know Christmas and all that. We look beautiful. I don't see anything in specific at that time, but it wouldn't have surprised me if there's a unlock and they dumped it. All right, let's take a look at Bio, and I don't know what this one is. Bio. Okay, she went down and flat and roundy, and then it wasn't. This is when nobody wants to talk about them. This is when people talk bad about them. I wouldn't do nothing with that. You just gotta show me something. Oh, you gotta show me something. That higher low says a lot for me right there, baby. I'm just saying. Catch them down when they're coming down. If we're looking for a roundy shape, and sometimes they're not as pretty, but more often you will find on these nice little rounded bottoms that there is a butt crack area. We all have them, and most of your rounded bottoms have them. Every once in a while, you'll just run as this plump as a peach. It may not have much of a butt crack, but there's usually looking for a butt crack. That's usually a harmonic pattern that happens down here. You end up getting a type 2 retest, forming the right butt cheek of our bottom pattern here, and then sometimes we get results like this. Sometimes it takes a while to see that. This did pretty good. This is on the daily. So she made her move up to 32 cents from 5 cents. Congratulations on that. If you took profits anywhere in that range, my man, whoever asked for this, I forgot now. Why are you not working? There we go. Congratulations. Oh. Pardon me just a moment, if you don't mind. Oh, that was the wrong one to go with. Had to turn on some light here. Had a little fuzzies going on right there. Okay. So now the question is, so we got a little butt crack here. Is this a bigger butt crack? Is it going to do something? It could. But if it's going to, it will probably come up and then make a higher low, make a harmonic pattern, come down and do that again if it's going to do it. Or it might just be trying to find some support. Down here, 200 moving average area, about 8 cents. Not what you want to hear, but we could be looking at that. Regardless, from the bottom of this move here to the top of that, you want to be targeting this zone, whether it gets there quickly or it takes it a minute to get there. That's where it should be trying to head. Most notably, right down here, I believe. But we'll see. If we get a bounce off of here at 786, it might be coming up to make a lower high and then come down. Or if we get real lucky, maybe this was the complete butt crack and we're not going to do a carbon copy over here. Not really a carbon copy, but a fractal repeat or some kind. So we'll track those ideas on this one. This is on the daily. Let's come to the 4 hour, see what you're looking like. 200 moving average approaching. Death cross trying to happen here. There might be a little something here. There might be that would be cool. It would be a higher low than this, and that would be. I would like to see that. Let's see what happens here. 11 cents, and then this is our. Oh my God! Deep retracement as target. Lower low target. But you broke trend. If you took the measure move from here, you'd change channels. We're coming down to negative 0.0. No. But it was kind of cool how it was broadening out. And maybe we still got something like that happening. Let's see what happens over here. 11 cents. Let's look at Pepe. What is all this? That looks like frog vomit. Did Pepe throw up all over my screen? It's a cloud of something right there. Or a lily. Oh, it's a lily pad. That's what we drew, a lily pad for it to go to. And you didn't like it? It wasn't good enough for you? It was a good place to go to. All these moving averages. Before they go all negative on us. I mean, they're kind of a mixed bag. But you didn't want to go back up there, Pepe? You broke trend lines and everything. What the hell, Pepe? What's up? There's a harmonic pattern right there. Are you on a big ass? How far did you go up? Oh snap! Okay, I was looking at this as being the retest for this, but it looks like we might be coming all the way back. Oh snap! All right, I'm looking for this guy right here. This point zero, or how many zeros? 5 zeros and 7 area. We're at the 9-6 area. Oh, I can't believe I'm saying that. That's our sweet ass buy zone. I think we've got a chance to hit that. That's the bottom of this major trend line that we're on to. To me, it looks like we got our. I think that's a shark. This was one of the retest areas, type 2, and I thought that would do it, but if it doesn't get past the 0.5, then we can come right back down here to these guys and retest them. Hopefully make a higher one, then that's why I'm looking at the 7-7 area. But yeah, Pepe's not looking too happy right now. And then if total 3 keeps rolling over, or total 3 does roll over, right now she's got a green candle there. She's got some support. It looks like the next few days we might see some give. That's what I'm saying. We need to take some profits if we do get a little bit. I'm not convinced that we're going to make a higher high off of this one just yet. If we do, that's bullish AF. We'll be back in the pattern and ready to go, but most likely it's only about 1.05 trillion, 1.04 trillion before we start trying to get some rejection here. We got some moving averages crossing bearish over here. We got some bearish things trying to happen, even though she's holding some support, right? I'm looking the same thing for Bitcoin, up a little and then come back down to where we are, maybe lower. And then maybe about mid-October, we might get a little catch. Maybe toward the end of September when the rate cuts. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. There's some things going on. We have a lunar eclipse coming up on the 7th. And I think, where were you? Now, we did one chart over here, if I can find it, with the time cycles on it, right? Where did you go? And I believe that lines up really close. Didn't nail it, but right around, I think the 6 was where the time circles came. Where? Oh, here it is. Yeah. We got too much junk on here. Let me get rid of some of these things so we can actually see what's going on. So, fib time circles, or not fib time circles, but time circles. Yeah, I'm looking around the 6th. So the 7th will be Sunday, and that's when the eclipse comes. That's a lunar eclipse. And where I pulled this, it should be marking, you know, some bottom areas. I'm looking for a bottom that time. We're not showing that it's happening just yet, unless it goes up and then comes down, which is, according to what my theory, what I think is happening right now for Bitcoin and altcoins, looking for something to come up, and then maybe we come back down here. I don't know. I want to see if we get a same reaction there that we did here and did over here, where that's where I started it really. And then also we got some other things going on. We got a solar eclipse that's coming up. I think that's the 27th, if I'm not mistaken. May have to check on that. Then of course we got the Fed stuff coming out. We got a lot of stuff that's there that market makers are going to have a ball with. I don't know who programs the market maker software. I know it's out there because when I used to get bots back in 2013, market maker software bots were out there at the time. And, you know, I mean, they can program them to look at a lot of stuff, a lot of ideas, and even playing off of social media. Now they can do all kinds of things, and astrology and whatever the traders use, or the solstices, the equinoxes, and all these little things, the conjunctions, and all these little things with planets and stuff. I mean, even some of the software, I mean, they've got some of that algorithm built into some of them. Not all of them, but there are some. And so we'll get something, I believe. And just the fact that some of that stuff just has a reaction, and always has, even before the computer high-frequency trading bots came out. There was something going on. And that's part of the GAN theory and all that I'm dabbling with here. Well, we're trying to get a little breakout there. I like that. Come on, Bitcoin, let's do it. You're at 110,000. People were calling for you to just drop immediately from over here. They were calling short, saying they were bearish. The gurus out there calling short, and then the very next day saying that they called the bottom, and then having to come back, and because they got a lower low the next day or whatever, having to backtrack and all this other stuff. Well, I know I called the top and the bottom. Yeah, they're all over the gosh darn place, not having a clue. Tomorrow they're going to say, we held the bottom, you should join my group, pay me all this money. And I'm like, well, you know, hang out here. We're pretty good at doing this stuff and do it for free, and just don't try to flip-flop as much. I've had a few days where I remember having a few streams where I felt that flip-floppiness, so I feel for them. I understand what they're going through, what they're thinking, and there's been some times you look at the market and you're not in the right frame of mind and to interpret it good, and it's doing crazy stuff anyway, and it can be hard. It can be hard, but I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing. Short term anyway. Short term anyway. Ladies and gentlemen. Avi Medina says, on TradingView, Zeus ETH CoinEx chart. It's hard to find, but it's the best I can do. Zeus Peppy dog. Zeus is Peppy's dog. Looks like a double bottle. Okay, let me take this over here, because I'm going to have to refer to that. Let me see. Zeus. And thank you for the super chat. The 888s. And viewers on the 8s. Zeus ETH USDT. Huh. And Pepe's dog. Looks like a double bottom. It's on COINEX. Oh, it's different. It's different from the other one that says the same thing on KuCoin. It's got a different. This one says Pepe's dogs. The other one just says Zeus. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, let's zoom out. So it sounds like I had the wrong one, maybe. So we still got that bottom here, and now we regained it. Okay, that's a good first sign. I need to knock out some of these highs here. Yeah, you definitely have a double bottom trying to form there. Looks like the right butt cheek's just a little bit lower, like we just raised the left one up just to let something out a little bit. Trying to look for the harmonic ideas there. She's going up. All right, so we're at a bottom area. We know that this is the old butt crack line, the belt line, the neckline at 18, and that's a pretty good come up right up there from where we are. 200%, I like that. We're going to do a few little fibs. I'm going to pull from here where we were July. That's just July. Let me pull from here first. I'm just going to pull from here for right now for short term. So we know the bigger picture, we can come up here with 200% gains, right? And that's what we're trying to do. But midterm, we're still below our wish I could have bought more at that price area. So we're still in a good place. Not yet got an official breakout. Look for a breakout of the trend line. The 382. Let's see what's going there. I really like to put the 0.5s in because that always, I think that'd be really more of a measuring point to weigh the strength of the move. I'd target that 618. That's where a lot of our stuff is going on right there. So I'm liking the 382 and the 618 for some decent targets. Where right here or at the breakout, that would be 52 up to 100% at the 618. That would give us a moon bag opportunity, and then you're free and clear, man, on your spot bag or whatever if you're doing spot. And that would be cool. I like that strategy right there. Try to see that play out. It can do it. She bumped up here several times when she was down in the dirt before, so yeah, I kind of like that idea. It's kind of what I'm looking at. That's a good sign. It's trying to get above the 9 moving average on the and just get above this area over here, reclaiming that area. So might want to wait for a few more candles just to feel a bit better about it, but that she's not going to roll over, because she could come back down here and try and make a W down here, retest that area just like it did over here, right? Could be doing that or breaking out of the trend line. Don't know yet. Ichimoku Cloud suggests maybe she wants to do that other thing. But it looks like she's trying to work a lot of buy pressure right there. That's cool. All right, thank you so much. Oh man, let us take a look at that. I appreciate that. Do you have a cousin named Raw Dog? That's funny. Elon Nuts, how's it going? Welcome to stream, man. What happened with WLFI? Yeah, we looked at the people taking profits. They got in early. Everyone was going in WLFI and now pissed off. Did it do something else since we just looked at it a few minutes ago? I'm not shocked. Where's the one we were looking at? It was starting to. It was looking a little more bullish than what I thought on the first one, but then I found that bottom wick. Where did we look at that? It wasn't here. Was it COINEX? Oh gosh darn it. Don't even remember where I looked at, where I drew my charts. This is MEXC, not futures. But see, you didn't have the wick down here to tell me. But I saw some areas, I can't remember, I think it was around 19 cents. That it could be going to. It's testing a 1 hour 9 moving average. But she lost a trend line to me. Yeah, I think it can come down. Still come down a little bit more. I wish I had the... Was it Binance? You still got a wick down too. It's not the same one. Let me see what we can get from here. You already did that. 21. I think that we said 21, I believe. I think. You rewind and see what we had on the rest. But I think it was in... we were looking a little bit more in depth over here on like smaller time frames. And I think around the 21 cent area. I remember saying the lower 21s and the upper 21 cent area. And yeah, we were looking at these two fib areas for the retracement. And maybe she'll catch something there. And also the trend line. We broke the trend line. She's about at that measure move. So there's, I mean, she can come up, but she can also come up and then roll over. But she made a lower high, so I would look for an equal or lower low, or maybe a possible higher low. But down these areas at 20 cents, 21 cents, I think we at least touched that, if not lower. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've been going for 2 hours so far. That's crazy. Looking at a variety of coins. If you don't mind,
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm going to take a quick look at some of the bigger coins. I mean, quick look on the daily just to run through. Oh man, Crow? Oh, that's for the week. Looking at some of these guys over here. Coin, man, that one has been really strong. I never did get into that one, but I say I'm kind of impressed with it. Is meme core. I may have to look into that one a little bit more. Follow it a little bit more. So the hourly looking kind of good. We're starting to get a little bit better reaction there on the daily. Still not quite above 1%, 2%. Anything crazy. Again, I think altcoins can go up a little bit, but they might be giving it right back again. And for right now, I'm going to come over to the daily, and then I'm going to take a look at some of these bigger coins. Like, take a look at Link. Getting a pullback after that $27 loss. This area, the 618 area there. Where you at? You're still holding strong, man. Link is still about $23. It's been holding that area for a good while. Lost that trend line. Let's come over and see what we got. Let's go back with the originals here, because that could be where we're coming down to. I'm still getting this $19 area, so I'm looking for 19 and 21 and a half area, 21.44, 19 and a half. For retracements, it doesn't have to get down there. The 21 could be the area we could catch there. That would be cool. 50 moving averages coming up. That would be good to catch us on this trend, and we might be slowly making a parabolic move. If we catch there, we could be looking at $28 or higher. I'm going to get 26 off of here. Actually, I'm going to move it over here. Ultimately, I'm looking around the $34, $35 dollar area. And there's a couple ways that we can look at this. We can take this trend line and see that we're in a rising pattern. It's a bearish pattern, but they're fun to play, and we can get several little rises out of this. And there's also taking this guy and putting it right over there. You identify the channel that we're in. So whichever way that you want to look at it, I think I'm going to put you in like big fat yellow lines or something. Maybe not. Maybe you'll go orange or something. And when you do this, you can, if you haven't had this revelation before, but you know, price, in my theory, price travels in a channel. You can identify that channel, and within those channels, you find your triangles, whether they're facing this way or pointy, however, but they fall within the channels, right? It's just dividing up a channel. And if this wasn't already up there, we could have taken this angle right here before price ever got up here to give us a target area, an area of resistance. That easy with some of these concepts. I just like to share them. Yes. So you might see me pull out a trend line every once in a while, put it somewhere, and this has only got one touch, and you're like, oh, what the heck? I'm checking my angles and channels and those ideas for see what the market's going to tell me, and it's a pretty good way to do it sometimes. Guys, thanks for hanging out with. We were going to go over a few others like Aave. Let's take a look at that one over here. It's still respecting that trend line. Got another one going on. She's testing at the moment. Hopefully it will hold 50 moving averages here on the daily. Don't want to lose that again, because then we come down and probably will touch the bottom of the trend line again. 100 moving averages down there, so similar situation could be following. Higher highs, higher lows. That's down around 284, 285 if we do that, but I'd really like to see a bounce where we're at. Smaller time frame will tell us 4 hour. Yeah, baby, I'm trying to bounce now off of this 200 and 360. So yeah. So I look at the daily to see what we got. Trend line, nice. Come to the 4 hour, see, are we getting any traction? Yeah, we're trying to actually make that little idea happen. So maybe we're not coming down here is what we're saying. Catching support. We're starting to see that idea. Maybe that idea just want to play out. We go up, make higher highs. Let's do it. This has been strong. This has been pretty gosh darn strong. Take a look at Solana. Guess right. Oh, nice. I'm still on the 4 hour. I guess we'll just stick on the 4 hour. This is the happy days area, ladies and gentlemen. It's happy if you're selling. Sucks if you're buying the flag to the upside that somebody's trying to sell you. But if you're selling that flag to the upside on the people that are trying to buy it, you've had some pretty good luck with selling the local tops. Right now, she's trying to head back up there, I believe. 220. Yeah. Turkey getting tired. Take a look at Ethereum. ETH. Also, 4 hour bouncing off of the 200 moving average here. Starting to get our first green candle there. So at this point, I want to draw that top trend line and see if we can get a breakout of it. And if so, then wow, can we head back up to 5,000? It has not confirmed. Double top idea could be happening. Look at the Batman. It's a flag to the upside. We're playing this flag. There's a lot of people playing that flag. Brazenly. If your strategy is flags, if that's all that you can see is flag. I'm not talking to you personally, but I'm talking. I mean, there's some gurus with some bias out here, and that's the first thing they look at. It's a flag. They're going to miss a lot of other ideas, and I just feel like they're teaching their other people to always look for flags and bounce off the 21. And it's cool when it happens, but flag to the upside, bounce off the 21, and still come down. Still come down. Lose the 21. There's some better ways out there, people. There's some things that they're just not teaching. I'm trying to share my ways. Joe's trying to share his ways, and me, Damien's trying to show his ways. There's a lot of people out here, smaller YouTube channels, just trying to show some other effective ways and different mindsets and ways to look at this market, rather than finding some of the other stuff that's out there being peddled at the moment at a high price too. People are paying good money to learn how to draw flags that may or may not work out. Most of the times they don't, because the guru teaching it doesn't understand the resistance areas. It's too zoomed in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come and take a look at Bitcoin here on the smallest time frame. On the 6 minute. Oh my God. Nice. You did your breakout. Now I'm looking at the breakout area. Just off the rip at that area. Where do we break out at? 1095. Could be testing that area again. That's just a rule of thumb for any breakout of a trend line. You might come back and test that little sucker. Don't forget that. That way you don't have to chase. You can rely on that idea. If we do get a pullback, add more in your position there, or get in there if you missed it. Those kind of ideas. It's just not fun when it's happening, because man, it already took off without me. But then, you know, it does something stupid like double tops, comes back, or small time frame, not too high. So Bitcoin trying to do a little something, altcoins trying to do a little something. Starting to get some green candles over here. That's good. See, we lost this trend line. but we held this area of support, this Fibonacci area, that 1.01 trillion area. Now the question is, are we going to come back and roll over? Is that going to be resistance now, or are we going to get back into the pattern, get back above the trend line and do something bullish AF and knock out some highs, knock out some of these lower highs over here? I like what I'm seeing. I like the nice big ass wick that we got there. That's a lot of buy pressure coming in on these altcoins when they dip down at 1 trillion. This is a 4-hour time frame, so that was earlier this morning during the big scares out of the several scares out that they've been doing. Did you make a lower low? Looks pretty gosh darn equal. It might be slightly lower there technically, but that could possibly be a double bottom forming at support, even though we got this resistance line up here. I'll make you dotted. We're going to keep our eye on that. Look at it more of a range than the symmetrical triangle that it is. Remember what we said about these symmetrical triangles? You can't trust them, man. You can't trust them. She broke out to the downside. This seriously could easily come right back up here and break out bullish, and then that gets everybody, oh, look, we're at the breakout, and then she just comes right back down. These are rangy. I look at them as being more rangy than anything. And anything other than a rangy reaction after we squeeze through whatever we're supposed to miss the marks and all that stuff, and then I'll just take that as a bonus. But I don't trust those. But you can see some good come out of it after they lose a trend line. So there's still some hope. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll be back again tomorrow night, and maybe tomorrow during the daytime if anything funky's going on and I got time, and I'm not on some honeydew agenda. Not really sure what we got going on this week. Something's going on all the time, it seems. But I appreciate you for hanging out and us watching and looking at all these altcoins and being with me for the past few days as we've been going through this scary market. And I've been trying to throw out the things. There's a lot of people capitulated through here. A lot of people got scared on this, and a lot of people were told, well, if you feel like you need to do it, go ahead. I mean, and even some of the gurus, right? I mean, they just turned the few little red candles we had, and it's scary. And there's a reason to be cautious, but they were jumping the gun, calling shorts before we ever broke that area. And when we did break it, it was just a little bit. It was a fake out. Don't short support. That was my message for this whole weekend. Don't let the market freak you out, because that's what they're trying to do on the weekend, on a Sunday. I can't tell you how many times that they got me on a Sunday, get me feared. Even the cycle, they got me a few times on a Sunday, either with the stop loss thing, which happens, sucks, but I can work with that, or just a oh my God, I can't, I'm too close. I gotta save my ass, or it could be over. And I like when we went down to 74,000, they got me. I mean, they got me to capitulate on a big portion of my spot margin, just to turn right around and bounce. And I had to get back in. I'm making it work, but they're good at it. And if you're too over leveraged, their job's a lot easier. Or if your positions are too big, you're going too hard, too fast, it's a lot easier for them to get you in those situations, right? And what do they do after they get everybody out of there? Well, they go for all the people that were trying, shorting, the smart people trying to short the tops over here. We're wiping them out now, right? So the people got trapped here shorting, people that may have shorted over here if they did, and still trying to hold it while we're going down. How the hell am I showing it open? Well, they're gone. And we might be getting a little bit more of a short squeeze here going to the upside. I hope so. That would be great. But remember, we're still expecting a rollover at some point. We're going to find some resistance somewhere before 118,000, maybe several stages. I'm looking at certain areas that we might be rolling over. But right now, it looks like they're going to try to get everybody to chase. And that's when I'm going to be getting paid, because I'm going to be selling out and layering up some short sales as we come to top areas. See you on the next one, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging out. Good luck in this market. You got this, baby. You got this. Let's go with a different song.
You rolling high like a bull runs by. Crypto smooth talker, got me like an eye.
Oh, what's this one?
First wave hits, your all sweet talking charm. Second roll comes, I'm falling for your arm.
Third push feels right, we're riding that wave. Then you bounce out quick, leaving me in a cage.
What's this? I guess it's R&B tonight.
I slide into the dip, your touch so cold and deep. Markets
Has anyone seen Road and Road Dogg in the same room together? Kind of suspicious.
You tease with a bound,
No comment, Mr. Ross.
then drag me down below. A lover's
If you stood your head, could you still run around? That is that's a mind-blowing question, Mr. Miles. I picture myself do a headstand. Huh. I like the way you think, Mr. Miles. Alexa, skip.
They're jacked on the market's churn, chasing meme coins where the tickers burn. Crypto fiends, veins hot with greed, hoid only dreams in a blockchain need. While it's stacked with coins, no sleep. FOMO's got them diving deep. The wide on trades in a digital dive. Market swings keep the buzz alive. Yeah, yeah. Snorting Satoshi.
We did. We went over it. BBPR.
Pump and dump, chasing that crypto crush. From the Discord down to the moon they saw. Crypto junkies screaming more encore. Snorting Satoshis, no stopping this high. Riding that wave till they crash and fall. All in no brakes, they're losing their minds. Addicted to the blockchain grind, grind, grind. They're preaching about freedom in the pixel storm, but the banks tapped out, their dreams deformed. Rig in the basement, mining for bucks. Power bills got 'em
I don't have a way to do that.
They yell, eyes wild with hype, while the girls like, babe, you're losing the fight. Checking the apps like a
That was from a green screen
red candles
and off of TikTok, I believe.
hooked on the road.
But as AI gets a little bit better, I'm trying to see what we can come up with. That one's not AI though.
To the moon they soar. Crypto junkies screaming more encore. Snorting Satoshis, no stopping this high. Riding that wave till they crash and fry.
I use AI song generator. A lot of people use Suno.
Losing their mind. Addicted to the blockchain grind.
I need to get a bigger collection of girls. If you find any, let me know.
Just hold a pain portfolio, screaming you're going insane. Talking DeFi, NFTs in a haze. Mama's yelling, get a job, no praise. Bull run fever, but the
Disney's
bears in
not
the
stop.
still snorting Satoshes, they're fading away. Snorting Satoshis, hooked on the rush. Pump and dump, chasing that crypto crush. From the Discord down to the moon they saw. Crypto junkies screaming more encore. Snorting Satoshis, no stopping this high. Riding that wave till they crash and
Look at the flag to the upside. Well, we come down to the 1 minute. Well, we just draw a little flag on it. The old twisted sister.
grind, grind, crank up the charts, let the candlesticks blaze.
And I see dude draw some crazy trend lines. Sometimes he only has 1 point. Don't have anything going on.
Wallet to the grave.
Look at the flag to the upside, which touches on the 21. And then,
Satoshis till the servers run dry.
and then what? It looks like it still has this line, so it hasn't broken my rules yet. So we'll wait and see if we get a little break out here on the 1 minute time frame. To the upside. That's crazy. Can we make 112 512?
You rolling high like a bull.
Guys, thanks so much. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Crypto smooth talker.
Right now, we're going to let the little dog wave and say goodnight, John Boy.
First wave hits, you're all sweet talking charm. Second roll comes.
Right now, we're going to let the little dog wave and say goodnight, John Boy.
Third bush feels right, riding that way.
Sean,
Then you bounce out quick, leaving me in a cage.
good night, everybody.
I slide and shine.
Good night, John.